So I hear Max, Anya, and that's it. And I am getting hungry. At least the session's almost over. Hooray!
Oh yeah.
I don't expect us to keep going after the sharks. I mean, that's nearly a 5-hour session already.
Will you give us experience for just running away from the sharks?
I get experience for not dying and successfully helping the fisherman to do what he wanted to do, along with, killing the one shark.
But I mean, technically defeating the sharks by escaping.
Well, if we kill them, then there's like experience.
And loot.
Definitely.
Maybe loot. You have to make sure you actually kill all of them so you can safely loot. Yeah, I mean, you still get experience if you do kill one. I'll give you that much. But yeah.
Maybe we should just get out and leave. Like, there's a guy doing a headstand on the flagpole.
Is that what it is?
It's just an artistic impression of the
No,
current
that's your
situation.
interpretation of it. It could be something completely different.
I think we're all here.
Okay, everybody's here.
Woohoo!
My brain just farted so bad. IRS? What?
usually you get experience for running away from stuff, but
Yeah, I mean, I would think you would get some experience, but you want to get, like, say, the full amount of experience if you killed it. Because that doesn't make sense to me. I mean, you could just, like, gaze upon the Kraken and through magic just, walk away and say, oh, 50,000 experience points. Like, that doesn't make sense.
maybe it's just defeating it by not killing it or basically disabling it, bring it to 0 or something.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to kill it. You still get experience for knocking out or convincing them not to fight you or
Alright,
whatever.
I convinced the sharks not to fight us.
Sure.
I'm not sure what you should roll for, because that's not in this version of
Animal handling.
Yeah, animal handling. Are we going to? Are we gonna try to do Shark Rider Hakan?
I think their intelligence is too low for you to actually tame them. I think you need intelligence of what, like 3? 18. They seem very sharky and continue to pursue you.
These sharks are dicks.
They're hungry dicks at that.
Well, eat the dick shark back there.
Huge hungry dicks.
Exactly. The hungriest dicks.
Giant hungry dicks.
Alright, so technically it's back to the top of Metruption's turn.
Alright, I'm going to shoot.
Although, real quick, you're going to have to convince the captain not to sail away at the very moment.
Alright. I'm going to shoot the
You
nearest
guys want
shark.
to kill all the sharks.
So wait, one of those hits, you did 7 damage, and I guess you're attacking the weakened one.
I'm attacking the weakest one.
Okay, so it was... I hate you, D20, piece of shit. Alright. Moves back a bit. Also, I'm gonna roll for something.
Why does this shark look like a trail of shit going next to it?
Alright, you shoot the fucking shark, and you did that much damage. Real quick though, try to convince the captain to kind of slow his roll so he doesn't wander off the thing. 'Cause I'm going to do this. It just says the boat's starting to leave the sharks. Alright, it's your turn, Max. No, it's my turn.
Yes, it's your turn.
Yep, I go after Metruption. And they get up to... So I knew this was going to happen soon. Except for... whatever. Okay, one of the sharks actually gets close enough to hit you. Hit the boat, I should say. Let's see, how much damage do the sharks do anyway?
They probably have like 2 bites, 2 bite attacks, I believe.
It's +9 to hit, and then it does 3d10 +6.
Yep. So
Oh, it's a giant
And 5 feet each.
of course.
It's piercing.
9. That's a hit. Or 3d10 plus, what was the damage?
6.
Okay.
Is a boat considered a creature then?
No, but it has health. I mean, would you like me to sink the boat in one shot? This can be
imagine
arranged.
a boat has like 100 HP or something.
It's not that low. Because that sounds very... Considering how close the sharks are, I think that sounds very like a very bad idea. Yeah. 2... Okay. So, when the sharks bit, it's your turn.
Okay, so just one of the sharks is right next to the boat, right?
Yes, would you like to poke him?
Yeah, I drop my bow when I take out my halberd, and I guess I'm gonna have to like relocate because I imagine I was not standing next to the shark.
Yeah. I mean, you're all shooting at the other shark on the other side of the boat, so yeah, you're moving like 10 feet.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get next to him, and I'm gonna guess he's gonna get the full flurry of blows.
One of those hits for 12. Oh no, you did 6 still. So 18 to Mr. Top Shark. Oh, you're rolling for damages too.
But no, I'm not rolling. I've already used all my special stuff. I don't have any more.
Okay, so that means it's Max then Teeth's turn. Teeth, you want to punch it out?
I guess I don't have a choice.
You're punching sharks. Good job. Have at it.
Wait, so okay, so I was actually wrong. Is boat considered a target? Since they do kind of target when they put it.
I'm going to say yes, because it actually says in the description they'll attack ships and whales and whatnot. So you did that. And I want to say dual wielding, you use your bonus action to attack, right? So technically, because Tifa doesn't have anything in any of his arms, he can just do it a second hit with his...
You what? Dual wield, your extra attack is part of your attack action.
So...
Well, but you don't add your modifier, right?
You do?
Wait, hold on a second. Is he dual wielding his fist? I'm pretty sure that's not how we're supposed to do it. What the hell?
No, you can... extra attack just lets you attack twice for one attack action.
Well, but I'm saying his unarmed attack should be then like D4, right? Plus another D4 and then plus his whatever strength he has. Right? Because it's D4 for his one fist, D4 for his other fist, and then his modifier for the first attack. That should be the damage.
2 attacks?
No, for just a
That's
single
two.
attack, and then he rolls his other attack, and it's the same. Rolls for damage. So he should add another d4 to both of those. Is what I'm saying.
Why?
But if you're saying that he's making like he's attacking with both fists.
You do one attack per fist or whatever. There's the unarmed attack. And one unarmed attack does actually 1 damage, and the Tavern Brawler feat lets you do a d4 instead of 1 damage.
Yeah,
Then
but
you
what
add
you're
your
arguing, he should get like 4 attacks instead of 2 or what?
2 attacks.
Wait,
And
is
you
someone
can
else?
bonus action for a 3rd attack. If you dual wielding, and the 3rd attack isn't going to get any. Actually, that would be 4 attacks, wouldn't it? That's
Well,
weird.
but yeah, like I'm just
That's
saying,
not
but
so.
they would only use a single d4, right?
Well, Eruption, how do you do your dual wielding? Because you do dual wielding.
Do what?
When you dual wield, right?
I don't. Apparently, monks don't really benefit from dual wielding because monks do extra attacks in their bonus action, and dual wielding lets you basically do an extra attack in your bonus action with no modifier bonus.
That's a good
So I'm
bonus
just
action.
dual wielding. Yeah, so I just am going to dual wield because I have a feat that gives me +1 AC when I dual wield.
Okay, so the basic point is from all this is that Teeth can use, because this is what I thought, Teeth can use the bonus action to just roll another d4 for extra
Pretty much,
damage.
I think so.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Okay, Teeth, you want to roll another d4?
That would
Well,
be
he
an
still
extra.
has to attack or doesn't he?
Yeah, you still have to attack.
Oh, alright.
Wait, is Tief a monk?
No, he's a fighter.
With no weapons.
Well, you still have to roll to hit.
Yeah, so just roll another unarmed attack. Yeah, it's a hit. So he does altogether 8 and 8, 17 damage. Fantastic. And it's back up
I would
to
like to
Vanya.
wait. Hold on a second. Are you still using the wrong dice?
No, he's using a d4 now. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, never mind. I was talking about the normal damage on the unarmed attack. Never mind. It's cool.
Alright, so
And
Oh,
the bonus action has no extra +5.
yeah, so it's just that one right there.
It's a 4, he rolled a 4.
Yeah, you rolled a 4 and he got a 1, right?
Yeah,
Hmm?
that was the damage.
Okay, so 17. Alright.
Oh, he rolled a 4 on the d4. +5, it's still a 4.
He rolled the damage before the attack. The d4
Oh, really?
is supposed to be damage, he just forgot to roll to hit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's your turn, Vanya.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna drop my shield and gonna go at the shark that bit the boat with 200 Warhammer. And I'm gonna use Action Search and do that again. Wait, that wasn't right.
Okay, so you
The middle one is wrong because it was 100.
Oh,
So I'm
yes. So you did
69
29.
damage. Did 69 damage.
69.
That doesn't sound right.
11 plus 14 plus 9 plus 15.
25. 34.
How did you attack that many times in a row?
49 damage.
49.
That's 69.
49.
Well, the
4
middle one
times.
doesn't matter because he misclicked. So he
Yeah.
only had 4 attacks. And he was not
Oh, sure. That shark could not handle that massive blow. I also forgot that technically the shark should have been out of range after the first hit. But that's okay. We'll say he was holding onto the boat. So it's all good. And I just switched to the wrong thing. So yeah, that boat friendly got his teeth in, but you knocked it loose. So I'm gonna just move it back. I said move it back. There it goes. Shazam.
We look at the captain and say, let's kill these.
We can take him.
Yeah, we can take him.
All
4
right.
sharks are better than 1 shark.
Roll a quick persuasion check.
Who's got the best charisma?
You can all roll. You can all yell at him. Say like, "We can do this. We can do this."
Didn't really sound convincing, I suppose.
You can do it.
I was claiming.
Well, there's still much option.
Don't worry. You've technically did pass. He saw the
How's
blow you
Captain?
just delivered to the sharks, and he said, "All right, we'll slow down a little bit. Not too much. This boat can't take another bite like that." So we're back up to the net eruption. Are you going to slay the shark?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell him if
There's
I can hit the guy at the bottom, I can handle the guy up top.
Wait, so there's 2 sharks that are in melee range now.
No, the bottom one is not. The top one is also not yet.
Alright, so which one do I need to hit?
Hit the bottom, you can handle the top one.
Alright.
Top one's out of melee range, by the way.
Say
Alright,
again.
I hit the one.
Oh, I forgot to do this real fast. Well, no, that's right. You can just the captain slow down, so you're at the same place. So 1, 2, both hit. You got 2 hits.
Okay, 13 damage.
Okay, and you hit the bottom one, I think, right?
Yes.
All right. So I hate doing math. It's hard. Okay. And now it's my turn again, I think. Yeah. This one is actually going to get up to you and take a nice fucking... Fuck you, shark.
Which
Fuck
one,
you.
the bottom or the top one?
Well, you're going to get bit by a lot of things at once. Hold up. This one smacks you in the face.
But
I thought you
are
were
you
just
for the
as
guy up
fast.
top or the bottom?
Huh?
Well, because technically, if the shark at the top tries to go next to the boat, I'm gonna get an attack of opportunity against him.
Yeah, I mean, all 3 sharks just went right back up to the thing. But I'm going to assume you're hitting the one that's most damaged.
Wait, hold on a second.
Can't
I
be
thought you
just
said
as
that one of
fast
them
as-
died.
Huh?
I thought you said one of them died after Vanya hit
No.
him for like 50 damage.
That it's not dead yet. It's just
Oh,
brutally beaten, and it was enough to knock it loose off the boat. No, you're not.
okay. So did one of the sharks get into the range? The one that was in next to the boat at the top?
Huh?
The shark at the top, the one that was not next to the boat. Did he get into the range or not?
Oh, I just realized the bottom shark that can't actually make it up to it because that eruption just smacked it.
Well,
yeah,
he
the top
hit
one's
the
in
bottom
range.
one, not the top one.
Yeah, I know. The top one's hitting you again. So you hit it with your reaction, right?
Yeah, but one
Okay.
second. Which
Well-
one is it? Is it the one that got like smacked before, or is it the first one?
The one that got smashed before.
Oh.
They're both hitting you. That's the thing. Both sharks are actually hitting you. Both the top ones are hitting you right
Yeah,
now.
but I only get one reaction. If I can, I'd like to use it against the one that was not next to the boat.
Oh, you
One that
want
just
the
had
fresh
to, like,
one?
Get next. Say again?
You want to hit the fresh one?
Yeah.
The not damaged one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Simply because if I do, his speed is gonna get reduced and he can't get into the range. Unless I don't hit.
Reduce. 7 damage.
Did that hit?
Yeah, you hit.
Okay, and the shark, speed gets reduced to 0.
And what's this one? Sorry, got too many health bars up here. Alright, so technically you're still moving. If the shark speed drops to 0, it just goes back a bit. So it doesn't actually hit the boat. And I can't select it anymore. Oh. Piece of shit. Yeah. There we go. Okay. So the damage one takes the bite out of the boat. Is that what we're going at?
Yeah, I cannot attack him because I already used my reaction.
That's definitely a hit. That's not the right one. It does 14 damage to the boat. Alright, so whose turn is it now? It's not Max. It is Max. It's your turn.
Okay, so the shark that's right next to the boat and it's a bloody pulp is gonna get a beating.
Oh. Oh wait, the second one doesn't hit. So you did 17 altogether.
That will be correct.
Oh, that's that's the wrong one. That top shark is brutally beaten. Like holy shit. It's bleeding out pretty badly.
Actually, hold on a second. Let me reroll that damage die on the last one because I keep forgetting I can do that. No, never mind. He takes still the same amount of damage.
Okay. So it's Tief's turn.
Oh boy. So, I guess I roll a hit again, right?
Yeah.
Do I do 3 or just 2?
You do
9.
3.
Oh, attack. Sorry.
Alright, so
But the last one.
okay, you got
Deal that last whatever.
yeah, the last one's just 1 damage, you know that. So
It's 9 damage.
is that it? That's it, it's just 9 damage. It's still up and it's near death. You can just tell by looking at it, it's near death. Okay, it's your turn, Anya.
Smacking it.
It explodes.
Alright, so suppose that's it.
That's 1 shark down. So I guess that's your turn because you don't have the ability to. It would make sense for you to instantly equip your bow and start shooting at the other shark. It wouldn't make sense for you to equip your bow and instantly shoot at the other shark.
No.
Okay, so we're back to net eruption. Eruption.
I'm gonna shoot at the sharkies.
Which one? There's lots of them.
How many are left?
2.
Alright, I'm gonna shoot the closest one. For 5 damage.
I'm going to assume. Yeah, the bottom one.
Extra attack.
Huh? 3. Alright. So it's my turn. And the shark does move back a bit, but it catches back up to the boat. And it takes a bit of a nibble. The top one also. Not the bottom one isn't, but this top one is.
Okay.
So do you hit the top
He
one?
isn't anymore.
That's right. He gets hit for 11 damage and backs away. So let me just note down he got hit for 9. Let's see. It's 22. I hate your Sentinel feat. It makes things easy and cheesy. Do you know this?
What this makes cheesy?
Your Sentinel feat.
Kinda does. You need tactics to actually overcome that.
Well, sadly, I'm using sharks. Now,
You need to have like everyone just use ranged weapons against someone with Sentinel. It's so broken.
I mean, I think in actual
Next
melee, it's not bad because it's, a human opponent's right next to you, and it's like they don't plan to go anywhere. They plan on smacking you anyway, so it's like whatever they're.
Next time, give the sharks some crossbows.
I'll give them lasers on top of their heads. Okay.
Well, maybe they could like
Yeah.
shoot the teeth at us.
Yes. Perfect.
Laser sharks.
All right. So it's yes, your turn again, Max.
Okay, so I trust that my 3 companions can take care of the shark at the bottom, so I'm not gonna attack him. I'm just gonna prepare an action when the top shark gets within range. I'm gonna
Okay, you're gonna attack as soon as he comes in range.
Yep.
All right. So that's your actions on hold. Teeth's turn is again. Teeth, there's a shark eating the bottom of the boat.
Can I eat the boat with it?
You can try and take a bite with it. Yes.
Alright, I take a bite out of the shark.
That's still 1d4 damage, I guess.
Yep. Or roll to hit. It's slippery, so you might not be able to get your big bite in.
Oh, holy shit.
Okay.
So I'm eating the shark now? Is that what's happening?
Yes. You took.
Alright, I go for its eyes.
So you eat its left eye.
Yes.
Fantastic.
That's a delicacy in some places.
Can do a second bite, right?
You can do a second bite.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I go
and
for
if
the right eye.
Can you like
that shark
fucking...
is.
This is one fucking hungry person right there.
I go
The
for.
shark.
I took the left eye, so I go for the right eye. No.
The shark is blind and dead. Congratulations.
Alright. I eat the rest of the shark.
Wait, do we have a hole in the bottom of the boat now?
Not quite. It's a sturdy boat, but it's got a leak here and there.
Okay.
So that shark's dead. That means it's your turn, Anya.
So
You
gonna
can
shoot the
prepare an
shark, I
action.
suppose. Well, yeah, that's what I thought. I gonna prepare an action, so when
I'm just
the
gonna wait until he gets like really close, until like so we can use
Yeah.
the bow.
Okay, you prepare an action. No eruption. What do you do?
prepare an attack action.
I'm going to shoot.
Okay. So hits, 17 damage. Shark backs off some more. And takes out. I can't think of the brains.
That's probably a whole bloody mess.
It is. In fact, you tried to track. No. All right. So it's my turn. Woo! And he's gonna juke and jive and go over here. No, he's simple-minded and he goes right for the same spot. So attack him.
Well, I'm probably gonna have to like forfeit my attack of opportunities, so he gets in range for my attack and Vanya's.
That's fine.
So I guess we're gonna just get both two attacks.
Yep. Roll like you mean it.
Oh.
You
What?
rolled
Holy
alright.
shit, those rolls there.
Okay, 11 damage from you. Now Zion's
Yeah,
rolls.
close my. Yeah, it is.
Hits. So altogether that's 27 damage. Okay. Do. I did that wrong, but okay. 35. It's your turn. Max.
Okay, so since he's. Wait, hold on a second. Which shark is where?
Oh wait, he takes a bite out of the boat. He has to take out a bite of the boat. Oh,
But
Wilson he hits. He does hit. Making and breaking rules. Yeah. Okay. It's your turn, Max.
Okay, so since he didn't easily moves.
8. $28 damage. Okay.
I assume the second one didn't actually hit, it's only an 11.
Oh, you're right, it doesn't hit. Alright, that shark is bleeding pretty badly now. It's your turn, Teeth. Do you eat the other shark?
Sure.
Alright, roll a hit. You hit it
Three hits in
alright.
a row, eh?
what the fuck?
Okay, so
Your
you
turn.
8 damage.
Do I roll again?
Sure. Listen, you're punching it while you're eating it. Alright, so you do 1 damage. With that, altogether, that's 9. It's your turn, Eruption.
Punch him.
Alright. I'm
Did
going
you-
to. This is a shark, and I can just club it in the face.
Yep. See
Did
it
you
and clone
kicked me
seals.
out? Isn't it
Oh
my
shit, I
turn?
did. Vine, it's your turn.
You can do 2 attacks. 25 damage.
It explodes. I sure like exploding sharks, don't you?
Yeah. Sharks with lasers and
Alright, all those sharks are now dead.
Yeah,
Do you go back and loot their heads?
of course.
Do you loot
Certainly.
their heads?
And
Is there anything else you want to do?
Some tools. See, brother.
I would assume so. Teeth, do you take like a handful of teeth?
Can I eat the teeth?
I
You
wouldn't
die.
advise it,
Stone.
but you can try.
not healthy for your teeth.
No, I want to put the teeth and replace them with my teeth and have shark teeth.
Well, you could make like punch daggers out of them.
I'm
Actually,
gonna.
can I make them into claws?
I don't see why not. I don't know what a claw weapon does, though, but yeah,
Well,
sure.
I just basically fashion teeth around my fingers.
I know, but I'm
This is the
thinking what it would.
Wolverine.
Yeah,
Here.
because I don't think there's. I'm shocked. There's no claw weapon. There was one 3.5. Anywho's, do you have enough teeth to make a claw with? Put that down somewhere. Yeah. We're done with the ocean? Guys?
I was done with the ocean when we were about to escape, but then everyone wanted to kill the sharks chasing us.
Okay.
Yeah, I suppose we are done.
Alright, so we're gonna fast forward. The guy drops you off with the dock. He says, "Thank you so much. This is going to give me enough money for several years. I never thought anybody would be stupid enough to actually brave this shit."
Yeah.
And
oh,
he says, I don't have the money right now because I have to sell this stuff, but he hands you an envelope that is his address and where you can contact him and all that stuff.
he's on a boat. He's probably not here anymore next time.
Maybe. No, he's a man of his word. Hey,
Well,
now. He's honest.
so is he living here for long, basically? If it's a fisher boat, I suppose he can't really go far. So
Yeah, he can't sail the seas really with that.
okay.
So on the envelope it says an eye view of let me check something real fast. Yeah. There's an eye view of like 600 gold pieces.
And do we get to keep the shark fins?
The shark fins you cut, sure, you get to keep them. Just put them down in your inventory. And that I have to calculate what experience you're getting because
So the
you're an
600
adventurer.
gold pieces are for
Yeah.
next session, basically.
I'll let Max Rob hold the
Oh,
shark
wait.
fins.
I forgot you killed 4 sharks altogether. It's not 600, it's 800.
They're only worth 200 experience each.
No, gold.
Oh, gold.
In fact, they shouldn't even be worth that much, but I'm going to make them worth that much because cool, why not?
I want to make soup from the sharks. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
gonna split it now because
What, the gold? Sure.
what I'm
Times.
saying is I don't want to wait till next week and forget about it. So
Yeah. So,
Remember about the weapons and the armor we got from the crooks?
see, you got. Alright, so for experience, you're getting.
Each?
Yes, each.
Nice.
Each shark is supposed to be worth 1,800 by itself. So technically, you got that at least, and then you get an extra 1,500 for acquiring a new shop through treacherous means, and helping the fisherman secure not just his initial loot, but extra loot.
How much experience do you need between level 5 and 6?
I want to say, what is it, like 2,700? Or like 1,900?
it's a lot.
No.
I'd say multiples
We're
of 3.
still like ways away.
It's not multiples of 3. It's
Well, not multiples of 3, but it's like the.
it's
I feel like the.
14,000 for next level, basically.
Not really that it. Oh yeah, it is 14,000. You guys are like, it feels like a session away to hit from hitting level 6.
Wait,
At least
what?
the rate I'm giving this out. No?
I'm ready. Just give us level 20.
Wait, now hold on a second. You said 14,000. How are we like one session away? We got 1,000 at first, 1,000 something the second, and now we got like 2,000. That's 4,000 gold.
Well, at this rate, we'll
I
get
can't do
like
math.
3 sessions, maybe.
Wait, now hold on a second.
Yeah.
It says
2 to 3 sessions.
oh, we need 7,500. It says in here. So we're actually halfway.
You know, this shark shit was
Even
feel a lot
better
more
in the
scary.
Peace campaign.
Because, just, Lots of mobs. I like to do that, except for it's like you're never in a good scenario for there to be a lot of mobs. It's not like you're,
Inside like 20 zombies in the cellar would have worked.
it would have worked, but all I could think was you're just gonna like mow them down. Also, I couldn't think of why there'd be zombies in the cellar.
I don't know. I don't think DDDs knows either. It's just us zombies.
Zombies. Alright, so, congratulations. Thank you for another exciting game. And yes, this session is over.
All right. See ya.
Let's split the gold. Should we like split everything 4 ways? Because would it make sense?
I guess so.
Okay, so supposedly we sold everything and stuff. It would be 427.3 gold for each one.
Can you type that out?
Yeah, I'm on it.
That's a lot of
Hey,
gold.
0.3. Anyway,
Is that total or is it after splitting?
after splitting.
Holy shit.
Yeah, well, the shop had a ton of stuff, right? Got like 900 or even 1000 gold pieces out of the shop. We had to pay 100 for the deed, so it's 900. Then we've got 800 now from the shark guy. Yeah, also we have like 2 daggers, 1 short sword, thieves tools and leather armor, which are free. If no one takes them, I'm just gonna add it to my inventory and sell them or something. Nobody? Fine.
Hmm. Sorry we went a little bit later with this one too. But at least it's not midnight for you.
It's not that late today. It's great.
Oh, you sound tired.
Yeah, well, I am tired because I didn't sleep that well, but it's not that
Oh.
late. Alright.
What do you mean that you haven't done anything bonus?
Oh, I'm thinking like I've been wanting to draw like an actual map for this thing. I wanted to draw some other things. I wanted to set more puzzles up, but I just ugh. And I've been wanting to just read the the manuals because as you can see, I keep like fumbling a little
Yeah, I mean like
because
you can. There's like some stuff that you can like use in the manual that people don't actually realize. Like if you could like grapple me or something, I wouldn't be able to use my reactions and whatnot. I'm just saying. There's like ways to deal with that shit.
what
So like
grappling.
for example, having enemies that like require you to make like con saves or fall prone.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
But you were complaining about the sentinel. Like I'm saying, there's like you can like try to grapple me. You can like use like I don't know like. There's like enemies with like some special attacks that make you like fall prone unless you succeed on a save or something like that. Like all of that stuff like nullifies the reactions.
Well, yeah, but it's just I don't. This is where the reading the manual part comes in because I don't know enough of the like available like monsters and things to know what I can do.
Well, why not try to ask someone on the internet about it then? It's like multiple like forums and whatnot geared towards DMs.
Oh yeah, but
some
it's
people that are like very experienced at the game.
yeah, but it's this is the other thing too. Like it goes back to those puzzles and drawing the map. It's just I'm not doing enough work outside the game to make the game better during the game. Like I'll be honest with you, and you could probably tell a lot of what's been happening, like through all the sessions, I'm making up on the spot. Cause I just don't know. I mean, some things I have an idea. I figure it out like about a half hour or whatever like beforehand. Because of things that you guys are doing, and I have a nice. Oh shit!
What?
I'm pissed. Well, you two are always here, so here, have a nice note that would have made more sense if the other guy was here. Pop. You. When you get back to your shop,
What the hell?
Yeah, this would have made a lot more oomph if Eruption was here. But be warned, because that's going to be a big point at the next session.
Oh, I see.
What do you mean?
Apparently,
Eruption
was
was.
psychic and his dreams come true.
Yes, but not the way he wants them to come true.
So now there's two mysterious notes floating around, right?
I should really get rid of this last one. I just think it's hilarious, though. No, not that one.
But winning the game, basically, if one of our fame ranks reaches 20, that's easy. We can just burn the whole town down. So we reach 20. That. I mean, are you serious about it? Or?
Well, you wouldn't have a shop at that point. And not only that, but not only would that would lower your rating for criminals too. I mean, I should rephrase that bad fame to be more of like a notoriety. That makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, we could just burn down the orphanage and get like massive minus, or I'm not sure.
Like it depends on what you do. Like the idea with bad fame is that if you do more criminal like activities, like say you're stealing or like you're just you're bullying people, you're conning people, you're doing things that are pretty bad, like even assassinating people. But if you're just doing straight up like evil things, that won't exactly raise your bad fame. Because really, the bad fame is more about attracting like criminals to buy from you, not whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what would you say you need to upgrade the store?
Well, that was supposed to be like a small quest thing, kind of like when you guys were like looking at the second shop and getting the forgery stuff. Something that would take like a half hour, and you basically you look around and you find like people to, builders to upgrade your building, or let's search around for a decent deal on somebody's trying to sell their property or things like that nature.
I see.
Conveniently for you though, you have a fortress and dead people, so you got a second shop for free. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, it is.
And at some point I expect to expand on gambling.
Gambling.
Remember when you went to the casino in the first session? I feel like that should exist.
Yeah, but it's like with weighted dice. Once you're caught, you can't really gamble anymore in the same city. That's the issue.
Well, yeah, but you don't have to go use weighted dice. The second thing too is I plan to add a couple other games. But That'll have to wait. Yeah. Alright, so... Oof. Oh, and I forgot to increase your fame a bit. Word gets out that you captured a lot of sharks, because you're cool dudes. And you're opening up a second business. In only 3 weeks of business, that's amazing. Alright, so your fame is now at 6. Actually, your bad fame raised by 2.
Why did we get bad fame for that?
Remember when you went to the guy to buy the stuff?
Which guy?
The guy in the pet store.
Oh, that's what you mean, the poison stuff. Or is it just because that we like kinda went there and so that the criminals know us?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
I mean, that guy recognizes you and can see what kind of business you're into.
Nice.
I mean, you haven't done anything truly, like, criminal worthy yet. Well, actually, you have, but
Well,
you've been getting away with
really?
it.
Like stealing from a person, then looting his basically the whole property? I don't know. That's not a truly bad act.
Oh, it's bad,
Okay.
alright, but you're not getting caught is the point.
Well, he was dead, so
Exactly.
it isn't evil. It's morally dubious.
I mean, does it really get any worse than killing a guy?
Oh, we didn't really kill anyone except those 2 crooks, and they were like thieves. So who cares?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, so far we've
But yeah,
killed
we
like
don't
an assassin and 2 thieves, so you know, I would say that it's fine.
Yeah, sure. But we will reach 20 in no time for good fame. It's
Well,
like,
I don't know, like 3 sessions and we got only 6.
so 6 more sessions. 7.
6 or
That depends
7.
what
It's
Bob throws our way. Because if he makes like a giant fucking event or something happen.
It depends on what you do. Like I said, your fame can lower. So, you know, if you manage to do burn around the orphanage, you'd be taking the session would take longer, or there'd be more sessions. Anyways, the reason why this is the second thing, the reason why I added the winning the game condition is because I have a better idea of what I would do for like a long campaign. So I like to get on that sometime, hopefully, starting next year. And for the foreseeable future, it looks like I'm going to be doing these every Sunday, if that's okay with you guys.
Yeah, sure. So if we sell like loot in our store, do we still at the 25% from thief?
Yeah, you can sell it 25%.
And it's
Well,
just 100 of the, like, just the leather armor and... Does that make sense?
No. What exactly are you saying?
Well, we looted some stuff like leather armor, short sword.
Oh yeah, like I would say you could try passing that stuff off as like stuff you created if you want to, but certain things like say the gemstones, I wouldn't say you could sell that as like your own, like as a commodity you crafted. I would imagine those gems you would sell at like the price it says in the thing. So those gems are worth 100,
Yeah. Same with necklaces and stuff, right?
Yeah. I mean, the necklaces are slightly special because they're. I'm going to consider them slightly as like art pieces because they're, you know, crafted in a way. But I don't know. But yeah,
So short sword and leather armor selling for I don't know. That's not much, but
yeah, I would just.
my inventory is getting crowded. Like
Yeah, I mean, you can, like I said, just I let everybody edit the stats page for the shop, so you can just shove it in the shop and just it'll be like on display for sale. So the next session, when I roll to see how much business you get, you can just sell them off there because you pass it off as your own goods. Does that make sense?
so basically, I get the 25% if I do that. Right? So, okay.
Yeah.
All right. About the additional set of thieves tools, I suppose that's also a bit more on the illegal side.
Yeah. I mean, you
Yeah.
might have like a customer pop in and ask about it, maybe, because
I
you're
mean,
known for dealing with.
even lockpicks aren't that illegal, I suppose. I mean,
No, because locksmiths have them. Like it's,
yeah.
I would expect a Calix's character to have them, not just because he's a rogue, but because he's a tinker, and it sounds like something he might be fiddling with. At least it was
Sure.
that way in Ultima.